And we're live, baby. Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo, coming up, we're coming to you live with the In Your Face show, and I'm here with my main man, John McClellan. You
McClellan.
see how I get nervous? John McClellan
McClellan.
and McClellan.
Right.
Well, man, come on, man. You get me wrong. Don't you mess with McClellan, and this man has been in the industry for years, man. One of the big dogs in the industry, man.
Really?
I see you as a big dog. I see you as
I'm
a
not
vet.
seeing
You
the
know what I mean?
same. I'm not seeing the same thing you guys are seeing there. I'm
I
just saying.
mean, man. We look up to guys like you, man,
Oh, thank
because you know you
you. I
did it
appreciate
before
it.
us. So but hey, man. So introduce yourself to the crowd, to the audience.
Okay, my name is John McClellan, as you just heard, and I guess I would call myself more of a commercial artist more than just creative comics, but that was always a passion for me was comics. So I kind of got interested in it when I started purchasing work from these really great artists uh, like Frazetta and uh, God, I can't even think of a lot of them right now. Uh, Al Williamson, those are the guys who back in the day they made stories well, Al Williamson particularly. Well, not even Al Williamson, but Alex Raymond also. They created uh, the Six Secret Agent X9. And when they did that, I was really impressed with particularly Al Williamson's work, right? And that's what really got me interested in that. But before then, I mean, if we're going to go after I grew up, after I became an adult and I moved to Chicago, I was primarily, well, I moved to Chicago because I wanted to do illustrations, right? But actually, when I was in class one day, I found out that, this instructor that worked at an ad agency called Foot Cone and Building is still there, in Chicago. She brought her portfolio in. And when I saw her portfolio, she had all these marker renderings, of different products like, Oreo cookies, all that kind of stuff. Because that's primarily what companies like Foot Cone and Building deal with. So, and I just asked her about, I said, let me get this straight. You just illustrated these pictures, took them into your office, and I mean, took it into an ad agency, and you got a job. And she said, yeah. So right then, I just automatically started uh, designing different ads, different things like that. And so and it happens just like what I expected it to. So when I started going out showing my work, that's how I got in the industry. So I did that because for one reason, advertising pays more. If I can do a storyboard, if say I do, two storyboards. This is back in the day. I'm retired now. Well, I'm retired from working for somebody else. So now I'm just completely dedicated to this Jonathan Fox book, right? So anyway, so yeah, so that's how I actually got started in everything. And then the 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 Jonathan Fox books came later. It was always something that I really wanted to create. See, this is not the first time I did it. This book here, I actually first came out with Jonathan Fox in 1992. It was me and some other comic book, independent guys. One called Ania, one called I don't know, but that's when it really kind of exploded. Brother Man. Brother Man was one of the first ones that came out that got everybody sort of interested in doing their own comics. So, well, it certainly influenced me. So that's how I kind of got started. And that's what like I said, I'm retired from working from someone for somebody else. So I just decided to, commit myself to this Jonathan Fox story. And that's all I really want to do. I don't want to do any other work. I mean, there's people that are reach out to me and ask me to do commission work, I just don't want to do it. I prefer to stick with what I'm doing. Because in the end, if that's successful, it'll bring me more money than than anything else. So, but yeah, that's how I got started.
Okay, okay, okay. So, how many years you been in this industry, man?
In the industry itself, I started. I mean, we're talking about from advertising into just comics. Are you just saying comics, or are you talking about just period, just as an artist, period?
I'm just saying, like, period.
Right. Yeah. Uh, well, what motivated me? I actually started drawing when I was 6 years old. My brother started drawing, so he was like my hero. So I just started drawing. I just did whatever he did. So that's how I really started back then. And so I was always interested, like I said, when I saw particularly. Uh, I wanted to just do like portraits and stuff coming up as a kid. That's mainly what I did. And so when if you want to jump past all of that, now I'm taking some classes, at Columbia in Chicago, American Academy of Art in Chicago. So, and then with me, I was older than all the other kids, that was in there. So I knew I had to move fast, So I immediately, instead of trying to graduate, well, I didn't care. I wasn't trying to get a diploma, What I wanted to do was get the information, So when I got in there, I started studying all these, things about advertising and everything. And I saw when I interviewed that lady that worked at Book Conan Bill, that got me started there. And it actually is what it is, because you can make a really good living doing, and if you're doing storyboards for an ad agency, let's say you do 2 storyboards, right? If it's depending on the size of the agency, you can make probably about $2,000 off of that storyboard. If it's a bigger agency, you can make $4,000 off of it, maybe even more than that, depending on, the size of the agency, So that brought in some decent paper, I'll put it this way. It brought in enough paper where my wife when I was married, she could be a stay-at-home wife and just look after the kids. So that's how we did that. And that's what I always tell people, don't ever tell yourself that you want to make some money with your art. You want to tell yourself that you want to be able to make a living with your art. Because when you say make some money, that's just, a portrait you can do for $35 for somebody, but a living means everything, your house, your car, all that stuff is being paid through art, and that was my whole goal, was to get to it, to be able to make a living through what I was mostly passionate about, So I didn't want to end up working in the factories and all that shit, because I've been to that a lot, So I was real
Okay,
young, so.
okay. So, man, how come? What was it like being like building Jonathan Fox? What was the most? What was the most? What was the struggle of building Jonathan Fox?
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I didn't quite hear you, the last part you said.
I said, what was the struggle with building Jonathan Fox?
Oh, you mean creating the character or just creating the book?
Creating a character.
Right. Oh, that was fairly simple. When I saw Sean Connery and James Bond walk inside uh, that uh, that Cuban nightclub in Goldfinger, and he had the white dinner jacket on with the red carnation and everything, and he took his cigarette out and thumped it on the gold cigarette case and everything. I just looked at that. To me, Sean Connery took cool to a whole nother level. And when I saw that, I said, I want to be like him. I didn't want to be a spy, join the CIA and get shot at and all that stuff. But I wanted the girls, because Bond was just as much about the women as it was about, the action and everything. So that's what sparked me. When I saw that, I was like, okay, then I just fell in love. Then they had, when I was like 10 and 9, 10, 11 years old and stuff, that's when the whole secret agent stuff started in the 60s. Once Bond came out, then you started getting, all these spy stories, like It Takes a Thief and all that kind of stuff, which was the coolest one to me, so for
Right.
television anyway. But yeah, that's what sparked me, man. When I saw that, I was like, okay. So then I just wanted to tell my own stories about it. So so in 2000 and like I said, 1992. That's when I said I sat around and came up with the idea of Jonathan Fox. But when I first started, he was a secret agent. But then when I came back, I don't know. I wanted to just make him more mysterious and more darker. So that's why I wanted him to be an international thief. Everybody think black folks are criminals anyway. So this one happened to save the world. So that's that was my thought behind it. Even in the first comic books, it was a 3 comic book series, and but that's how it actually started. I actually got, I think, a couple of those books uh, around here somewhere. But then when I decided to really take it seriously, that's when I started working on this uh, Monster of Egypt book. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So like when doing this, when creating Jonathan Fox, right?
right.
Did you see some of yourself within the character?
Oh yeah, right, right. I mean, when I first did it, uh, people kept saying that the character looked like me, right? But actually, I was talking to a friend one day, and I had posted a post of Jonathan Fox on Facebook. A friend of mine that lives in Chicago also told me uh, that Jonathan Fox looked like George. Now, George was my brother. He died in 2004. He lived in Houston. He died in a car wreck. And so I was telling her, I said, well, when I created this character, I wasn't thinking of George. And so I think what happened was when we were talking that his death traumatized me so much that I was probably illustrating him and trying to bring him back subconsciously and not knowing it. So that's what we would came to the conclusion. So anyway, he actually looks like my brother, and he's actually, created, from my brother, I guess his personality and everything. So, but his name comes from my oldest son, my first son. His name is Jonathan. So when I first did it, I was thinking about him when I wanted him to be, to grow up to be this really cool spy type guy himself. So that's what made me. I mean, that's who he's actually named after, and that's how it got really started.
Okay. 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 So, so what about the character that drew you in when you was younger? What drew you in about the character?
Oh, that actually, yeah, because that's pretty much all I like is the detective, the espionage stories. So
Mm-hmm.
it was definitely Secret Agent X9 by Al Whitwell, who illustrated Al Williams. I'm not quite sure who actually created the story, but it was illustrated by him. But he was the one who pulled me. Actually, it was 2 people. It was Al Williamson and Russ Manning. Russ Manning used to do Tarzan and the Robot Fighter and all that type of stuff. Their styles, I liked their style. It was more elongated. The character was much slimmer. Just in design. So it wasn't bulky. Yeah, so that's what really sparked me. I mean, to really, yeah, wanting to do just spy stuff. I mean, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
just putting that, just spy stuff. When I was much younger, I was just drawing anything. But
Okay.
now, yeah, that's the only thing I really want to do. I don't want to draw anything else. I don't take any commissions on anything else. I don't want to do that. First of all, I don't want to do it because it can just be difficult sometimes dealing with somebody that really don't know what they want, and they want you to be able to read their minds and figure out exactly what it is they want. So it's too frustrating, and that's why I don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Some people you got to be very direct and very to the point
Yeah,
because not a lot of people have that understanding of what they want.
right,
Right there, right down. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
So it's kind of hard working with certain people.
right,
And certain people are very, very, they waste your time, basically.
right. Yeah,
You
that's what
know.
I'm saying, and that's how I feel about it. Then, I don't want to worry about if I, if if I'm gonna get paid and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to have to deal with that. I don't want to take on that kind of frustration. I figure if I stick with this book and keep messing with that, that can be my money. So I prefer to do that. So yeah, I don't want to be frustrated like that, because you can, man, I'm telling you, I've done commercial work for people. Then I mean, I've done commercial work for people actually for free. Most of the people that I've met on Facebook, I did a lot of stuff for them for free. Because if it's a brother, something, for example, it's a guy named Larry. Larry McKenzie. He did this. He came out with this character called Soledad. It's about this. It's set in like the Middle East during the, I don't know, Egyptian times or something like that. And so he came up with that, and he just wrote me a letter, man, through Facebook, and asked me, I mean, it was just a really nice letter, man, really nice guy, and so he asked me, could I do this design for him, or illustration for him, and I told him, but he was the letter, when he was so nice on the letter, I couldn't even charge him, man. I was like, man, I just knock it out for you for free, and so I still have it, and he uses it now, I guess, for his campaigns.
Right, 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 right. So,
But no, usually, like if it's a brother or a sister or something like that, and they want something done, if I'm going to do it, I'm not going to even charge them. Doing it because they just cool people. You know what I'm saying? So
right, I understand. I understand. I mean, some folks, some folks want free work, you know what I'm saying?
right,
And that's why me, to be honest, I've never really got into that. I used to be
right,
a freelance artist, and a lot of that shit happened to me, you
right,
know, where I used to do graphic design work,
right,
and it happened to me like 3 or 4 times, and
right,
I stopped that, you know what I'm saying? Because what some people will do, right, is, some people are shicey like that. They will
right, right. That's
um
what I'm saying.
avoid you, and what I'm saying, have no intent on paying you.
Right, right.
And
Man, you'll be surprised how many people that when I'm scrolling, when I just get on Facebook and I'm scrolling, how many people are popping up talking about how they pissed off because somebody didn't do something. You know what I'm saying? They didn't complete their assignment, or what they were given, and they done
that's
paid them money and all that stuff, man.
that's why, when I do my Kickstarter, I'm gonna take pictures and video the shit while I'm packing it, so
Right,
that way they'll know I'm shipping it all out to them. They'll
right,
know everything is being put in the thing. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because I don't want people all, well, you ain't sending my stuff in that I
right,
paid for it. So yeah,
right. Yeah, yeah. You got to operate with honor, man. I mean, you can't, ripping somebody off to me, if you can't pay, don't even try to have it done. You know what I'm saying? Don't even ask anybody to do it. So you need to find some other form of, whatever you want to create. But yeah, that would bug me if you don't get paid. Now that's never really happened to me where I never got my money. But I just know a lot of people that went through it. And that's then not only that, what I'm seeing on Facebook, just what people post. So but no, I don't have to worry about that. So if I'm going to be paid or not, because I ain't going to do it.
so you got that old school way about
Yeah,
you,
I ain't
man.
going to do it. Plus, my thing is this. So okay. You said you wanted me to talk about what I'm kind of working on and stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm working on the second book, right? So that's a big enough struggle by itself. You know what I'm saying? Versus trying to take on some freelance work from somebody and who's probably need it in a hurry. I've never worked for anybody that didn't need it, in a hurry. I was saying that. So, but still, even if it wasn't, if it wasn't in a hurry, just the struggle of it, and then depending on how they are, the person you working, how they are. If they're clear about what they want and they know how to express it, then it's easier, but more often than not, they don't know what they want. So yeah, that's why I don't do any of that stuff anymore, man. So, then I just want to create Jonathan Fox. I want that to be my money. I want that to be my legacy. And since I'm retired, I have the time to do it, So,
Right.
you know,
I feel you, man. You set your eye on one thing and you plan to go at it
right.
and push forward.
Right.
And
I was
that's
trying
what.
to do multiple books and stuff like that about different. I mean, I could, just sit and come up with a million characters, if I wanted to do a story on them. But just to do multiple books like that, of different characters, and I mean, you doing it by yourself, man, it would be just, a killer. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do all of that, that's just a lot. If I was trying to do Jonathan Fox and then I don't know, did a Conan type character, and then I want to do a superhero, man, that would drive me crazy as hell. That's why but then I don't care about those stories. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
only care about the Jonathan Fox story. That's all I want to do. So nothing would make me work on anything else anyway. You know what I'm saying? So,
Uh-huh.
right.
See,
No, I
see,
want
see.
my money to come from this book, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I see, and
That's
that's
why
what
I'm on Facebook. I mean, I wasn't gonna even be on this shit, man. If I don't do shit that can't make me no money. I'll put it that way. You know what I'm saying? And so
hmm
I'm not going to do all this drawing and everything and then just run around and tell everybody, wow, look at my book. Look how great I am. I don't mean shit. If I ain't making no money, that book ain't shit to me, man. I'm just saying, oh, it's got to bring some paper in. I'm telling you, I always tell people, quit telling quit lowering your value. You know what I'm saying? Quit saying stuff like, just quit lowering your doggone value. Just ask for your money. In other words, is what I'm saying. So no, man, you want to be paid. So the only reason I'm on Facebook is to put these pictures up and everything, and hope somebody can drive. I can drive them to the Indie Planet logo. But I'm getting ready to try to put it on Amazon now. I've been kind of lazy about putting everything together with it. But I guess it would be in this Kindle thing that they have. So I don't really know about it, man. Amazon, man, when you call, it's hard to get like information, man. I'm just telling you. Man, I had a bunch of books from Comixology, and then Comixology, Amazon just took it, right? So now when you try to go to Comixology, man, you get these little bitty pictures of the book that you just paid for, and you can barely read it now, that type of stuff. So when
hmm
they took over, it just messed that whole thing up, man, because when Comixology had it, they had several ways you can view it. You can view one page, two page, or you can do what they call guided view, where it goes from panel to panel, which I think is the coolest thing, because that way it's like a movie, you know what I'm saying? When you can just
hmm
take from one panel to the next. But everything, I knew Amazon had bought it, but I didn't know they was going to take it where now you can only watch it on Amazon. I mean, your books that you paid for, you can only watch them on Amazon, and they're not giving you a good picture of it. Like if you try to go to the top of your computer and you hit, you click on full screen, it doesn't take over the screen. It just jumps about, I don't know, an inch or so. You know what I'm saying? It won't
Right,
even
right.
be an inch. It doesn't get big at all. It's not large enough to read. And I done paid all this money for all these books because where I'm at now, it's not a comic book shop here, so I have to order mostly digital books. And so that's where I was ordering for was Comixology. So but yeah,
Right, right. See, I like your vibe, man. I like your vibe, your old school vibe where you just don't give a shit. You know what I
no,
mean?
no,
I
even
like it.
young though, man. I mean, even when I was young, I had the same behavior when it came to that. But this is my thing. I just make it real simple. When your ass grow up poor, man, shit, you don't want to, and you got something that you want to create, you something you want to do, and you get excited about it and all that stuff. And I'm talking about ever since I was a kid. I never understood people I went to school with, right? When they were getting out of school, I mean, when we was getting out of high school, I would always ask them, what do they want to do? What they want to become. Man, I was amazed at so many people that had no idea what they wanted to do. I mean, what they're going to study in college. So my idea, why are you even going then if that's the case? I knew when as a kid, man, when I first started drawing, what I wanted to do in life. So when my mother sent me to school, I didn't understand that because I felt like I should have been, if I'm going to go to school, I should have been going to art school. But I'm a kid, so you got to go to school. Especially back then, it was against the law to not go to school. So they used to send truant officers to your house if you didn't go to school. So, so I understood, that she couldn't, send me there. I had to go to an actual school. So, but yeah, man, so I knew then. I mean, I didn't understand anybody that didn't know what they want to do, and you're 18 and 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about going to college and you don't know any idea of what you want to study, that makes no sense at all. So no, so as an artist, man, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to make my living as an artist, and that's what I went out for. And it really wasn't difficult for me to break in. I mean, I just went around, showed my work and everything. They either hire your ass or they don't. You can do freelance or they, bring you on. Generally the best way to get started is if you can do freelance work for any of these ad agencies. In most cases, and you do a good job, you don't mess up anything. In most cases, they'll just bring you in, as an employee, So that's how I got started.
See, that's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of people who come over to the comic book industry
Right.
from different areas, from different places. Like
Right.
somebody comes from the music industry. Some
Right.
people come from dance. Some people come from, and you know that everybody that comes from different parts of doing art, they all have that one interest, and that's doing comics. Not every,
Right.
that's
Right.
why I understood. That's why, and I tell people, you either born to do this shit, do comics, or you're
Right.
not.
Right.
And that's why a lot of people tell me about the show, about what I'm doing right now. The show, they be like, aren't you feel like you're gonna get burned out by doing all these shows? I say no, because I'm born to entertain. When you're
Right.
born to do something,
Yeah.
you would not get burned out. You would not get
Exactly.
because you're going to be excited to do it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You won't
Right.
be bored and
Right.
tired. It's basically become an addiction,
Right.
because you love it so much.
Right.
And if that is something that you love and that's something that God has given you, why not put your
Right.
all into it?
Exactly.
It's given
So
to you for a reason to multiply it.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And bless others with it as well as yourself.
Right. No, that's what this. I read this statement about something similar to what you're saying. They said that if you ever get a chance to do what you love to do in order to make your living, you never have to work for anybody. So because what you're doing is not working, to you as an artist, you drawing if you got paid for something or not. So you're not really working to you. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't
Right.
understand that when I first heard it, but then it made sense when I thought about it. So that
Right.
you don't have to work for anybody every
Right.
because you're doing what you love to do. So
Right.
because
And
those are what careers are.
mm-hmm.
Careers are one thing. Jobs is another. Job is something you just work just to try to make some money. A career started when you were young. When it was, you was growing up and you knew what you wanted to do and what you wanted to become and what you would like to do. That's a career. Because you've been dealing with that ever since. Ever since you were a kid. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. And that's the
But I
thing.
worked plenty of jobs. I mean, just as a kid growing up, man. I mean, I never worked the what you call them, the fast food places, But I always worked like a busboy or something like that because I wanted some money in my pocket. So
Right. And that's And see, that's the whole deal of the situation. You feel me?
Right,
Not everybody respects what they do or
right,
grateful for what they do, man.
right,
Like you should be happy that you got a gift that is
right,
fruitful.
exactly.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
exactly. Right,
Like you should be happy that you can do it in peace.
right,
Not a lot of people have that chance to do it in peace.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And
And like
that's
you
why
said, and you know, in peace, that's a major thing because it's difficult to work if you're in a house with a whole bunch of people and you can't concentrate, you know. So you
hmm
you're 100% right on that, you know. So
yeah,
when you
and
do it
it,
in
that's
peace, you can do it better, you know. So
right. And that's why I tell people is that being being able to, do something that you love, it's something that you love, something that you was
right,
born to do.
right,
You were born to do it for a reason. If you come into comic books and you just begin to love it and inspire you to do it,
right,
and you can't do nothing else, and you don't feel like you could do anything else but that.
right,
But you can do anything, something else, but it won't be as much passion there.
exactly.
You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, when you're passionate about something, man, you know, you can work, you know, overnight, 24/7. You know, when you really want
Exactly.
to do something, you know. So
Exactly. And that's
I have
that's
a lot of friends though, man, that said that they want to do something, and then next thing you know, they just stop working on it. You know what I'm saying?
that's
I'm not. I don't know. My thing is that, and maybe it just come from working in the industry, is that you are committed to, you know, complete something. You know, so in my private life, I just keep that same philosophy. I don't start anything if you're not going to finish it. You know, so man, that would drive me crazy. The fact that I started something and then it's just sitting over in the corner, you know, and I just stopped doing it. Man, I would go crazy. I would have to finish it. You know, so.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like I see a lot of guys that don't put their all into something that they want to do. Like
Right,
if you want to be a rapper, be a rapper. If you want to be a singer,
right,
put your all into it because you never know where it's going to take you, man.
right,
You don't know, man, and that's
right,
why it's like it it bothers me when I see so many people with so much good fucking talent and good work, and I'm
right.
like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
what are you waiting for? Right.
yeah, like
I mean,
push.
and those people you're talking about, they generally can draw their ass off, man, but they just don't have the you know the urge to continue to work on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when it comes to people that really believe in this shit, people that's really
Right,
hungry for it and
right,
is born to do this shit,
right,
see, you can have talent, but you can't be. But and this is what I learned is that you can have the talent to be a comic book artist. You can have all
right,
the talent in the world, but if you're
right,
not born to do it, you're not gonna have the fucking
right,
fire, the
right.
passion to do it.
Yeah, yeah, right. You're not gonna have that passion for it. You know, like
Exactly, and that's
we.
why being being a person that I am, like I see a lot of people. I'm just wondering. I'm just sitting there watching, just
Right,
like wasting time and just and see. And this is weird, right? And this is weird. Like when it comes to a person that's hating on you, right? You
right,
know, a lot of people that hate on you, they want what you got
right,
so they can sit on it.
right,
They don't
right,
want it for themselves. They want it because they don't want you to have it. So they sit on it and they waste it.
right,
And so once they, and you know what I'm saying? That's like some people be like, "Oh, I wish I could draw." Okay, what you gonna do with it if you learned how to draw?
right. Exactly.
What are you gonna do with it if? What are you gonna do with the power to fly? You know what I'm saying? When you get it,
Right, right,
what are you gonna? It's like, what are you gonna do with the money when you get the money?
right. Exactly.
What are you gonna do with your wealth when you get your wealth?
Right,
You have to have a plan for everything that you want to do because if you don't have a plan, you're going to perish. A
right.
man without a plan shall perish.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's that's
Yeah.
that's some real shit. Because if you think about it, how many people how many people out here that's working for another person, for another man or woman,
Right.
when they could
Well,
be
you
working
know,
for
the majority of the people in the country works for somebody. But the majority of the people got jobs. They ain't got businesses. You know, so
right?
you
And
know,
see, And see, this is the thing. I'd rather struggle doing business by myself and for myself than struggle doing business for another man. Because you wanna know why? Because that man could make the decision not to pay you and
Right.
fire your fucking ass.
Right.
You can't even fire yourself. You can't. You can't. You can't even keep money from yourself because you're not making it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just gonna sit there broke. You know what I'm saying? But and that's what I learned. You know what I'm saying? Because give it your all, man.
Right.
You are in control of your own destiny.
Right.
But a lot of people not gonna understand that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are just, have that whole, they just, I don't know, that false evidence appearing real, that fear, you know what I'm saying? So they feel like it's going to, not, not be successful. So I think it frightens them to even try to get started. So because
Right.
they are telling themselves that, well, it's probably not going to work and all that type of stuff. If you keep telling yourself that, trust me, it won't work. I tell you, because you ain't going to
Right.
do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you
Right.
keep saying that to yourself, you can never just keep saying, well, man, well, it's probably ain't going to do this. I probably won't, no matter what I do. Because the white man ain't going to let me in and all that kind of shit, man. No, you got to go anyway. Whatever
Yeah.
it is, you got to knock on the
Right.
door anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like this. It's like this. The white man is not our worst enemy. We
Exactly.
are our worst
Right,
enemy.
exactly, yeah. Because you the one that ain't doing shit, who decided not to
Exactly.
work on
The
shit.
white man is just pouring
You
it. The
mad at
white man
everybody
is
else.
just adding on to it. That's
Right.
all. He's
Because
just
you
he just
seen the dude down the street, got his book out and all that kind of shit. Now you pissed off because your ass was too lazy. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. You sat on your dreams. And it's
That's
a
why,
lot of
I
people.
don't really care for when sometimes people say that this industry is a competition. No, it's not. It's not a competition. People like what they like. If they like superhero stories, that's what they're going to buy. If they like spy stories, that's what they're going to buy. It's not about, you know, us. You know what I'm saying? Competing. Yeah, well, my book, I'm going to do my book before old boy come out with his book. People not, at least I don't. I don't buy comics like that. When I used to go into the comic shop, I just go through the books to see what's there. I don't care who is by, what the company is. If I like
Hmm.
the story and I like the artwork, I'm going to buy it anyway. And that's what I was telling them. That's why it's not a competition. You can't compete. We can't compete with each other anyway. It's not physically possible. Now you can if you say you got a superhero and y'all fighting over who superhero looks the coolest. You know what I'm saying? Yours or the
Hmm.
other person. Or you can just do your new shit. Then he doesn't. It's a whole new character. It's a whole new thing. So, uh, I think the biggest thing is like if somebody, let's say somebody's doing Superman. Try to get your character as far away from that type of character. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't seem
Hmm.
like just repeating what you know, so and so is doing, Marvel is doing, or DC is doing. He just got a different colored outfit on, but it's the same outfit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
And
that's
not only that, when you're telling a story, I suggest this to everybody. If it's just let's say if it's a superhero story, you know, give your character a wardrobe. Don't make the whole book about him flying or kicking ass with the superhero outfit on. Give him a personality. Make him a person. That's what I like about. I got a Batman book here, and I bought it. This was some years ago, and I still got it stacked up there. When they illustrated the way it's laid out and everything, man, they gave him a wardrobe, and that's what I did with Jonathan Fox. So Larry McKenzie was telling me that when we was talking through Facebook, and he said, John, I found interesting is that you actually gave your character a wardrobe. I said, yeah, because it doesn't make sense to be in the same outfit all the way throughout the book because people change clothes every day. They're not, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're a superhero, you change clothes. That's why Clark Kent changed back into his clothes. Give him, make him real, make the person real because nobody just walks around in a Superman suit, or whatever type of thing all throughout the story. You know what I'm saying? So that,
hmm
in my opinion, that just makes it boring. So
Right.
A personality. Don't just tell us, Pal Zam Bowie story. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and
Right. And
that's what I wanted to do with Jonathan Fox. And so far from all the messages that I get, people are pretty positive about it. I haven't had anybody to try to really say that my book wasn't said enough. I've never heard it, So I'm not saying that nobody say it, but I've never seen it.
I guarantee you, if you hear it, said you were like, I could tell, man, because like you got that old school
Right.
kiss my ass, jive turkey
Yeah,
type
because
vibe.
that's
You
the
know what I'm
thing. If you
saying?
don't like it, I don't give a fuck. It's 8
And I
billion
told
people
you.
on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So out of 8 billion people, you mean to tell me I'm not gonna find a motherfucker that wants the book? You know what I'm saying? So so I'm like, well, okay, nigga, you don't like it, fuck you. Just delete the shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially like when I'm posting something and somebody want to say something smart. Nobody. I think only a couple of people that have done it. So I'm gonna always give you a rebuttal answer. And talk to me. Well, nigga, show me your shit, and before you try to critique my shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I can't stand, man. Is the people who try to critique, try to critique your work. And this motherfucker ain't got no work. How do you do that? How does that even happen? Because if you can't show me an example of where I'm fucking up, then nigga, you have no credibility at all. So yeah, man. Don't let nobody. That's the thing I would like to tell kids. Do not let somebody tell your ass something's wrong with your artwork and you need to change this and everything. And that nigga ain't drew shit. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker can't speak to you. So he gonna tell your ass how you should draw something. Nigga, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Yo, see, I do it. I do it. I do it. So I'm telling me you got that old school vibe
Yeah,
that
man. Shit.
that
Let
that
me tell you why.
curse
I
you
got more
out.
years behind my ass than I got in front. So why would I give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? So shit.
Yeah, like that's why I said, man, like, see, that's why I said a lot of people don't understand when you put your hard work and you
Yeah.
put your all into something and you hear some people saying, well, I think you should do this, I think you should do that.
Yeah, man.
Man, look, like let the person do what they want to do.
Right.
If you're not hands on with them, if you're not paying for nothing, shut
Right.
up.
Yeah. Just leave it alone because you choose to take the time out of your day to try to criticize somebody's work when your ass could have just moved on. You could have, if it's on Facebook, you could delete it. Instagram, you can delete it. Well, I ain't got to look at this shit, So, that's what I don't get. I don't understand these people who feel the need to correct you. You know what I'm saying? So, but yet they can't draw. They can't really do anything. They working at the damn mechanic at the local goddamn gas station or some shit, and then gonna tell you how you should draw. You know what I'm saying? So, wait a minute, nigga, don't you work at the gas station, motherfucker? How can you tell me about how to draw that damn motherfucker?
Oh my God,
You work at the
this shit is
goddamn
funny
gas
as
station.
fuck.
So they, you know what I'm
Oh.
saying? No, man, don't ever let nobody fuck with your.
No, see, and
Man,
that's
you
that's
gotta not care.
that's the type of attitude that I like, man, because like
Right,
a lot of people a lot of people are not built like that.
right.
And they're not built to fucking tell somebody
Yeah,
kiss
right.
my ass
I'm
and
telling
go
you.
to hell type attitude. Like
Right,
carry that attitude. That gives you personality. That gives you
right.
that juice, that beast mode mentality.
And it makes people know that you're not to be fucked with. You're not to be fucked over. You know what I'm saying? So you let
Exactly.
them know up front what type of person you are, and I want my goddamn money if I draw something for your ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would always look at that. But no, I tell people don't. I don't know. When I first started out, I was gonna say don't tell. I was gonna tell people don't try to compromise yourself. But when I first started, I was compromising myself too. I wasn't really charging what I could have charged. That type of stuff until I got I figured out what it was, you know. And I'm sure, you know, actually what it did, I think I had found a book or something. I was looking at what the numbers that people are getting paid, you know, the illustrations and how much the person is making from it, you know. So, and then I was comparing how my work was to somebody who's getting that kind of paper, you know. And if I'm close to that, then I feel like I deserve the same amount, you know. Now, if I'm light years away from that, because there's people, man, I've been going through Facebook, man, they got some work that's so detailed, it's just unbelievable, man. I'm telling you, it's really slick, especially these little sexy girls with all these little different outfits on and stuff, you know. They may be a superhero or some kind of warrior, you know, but but the work, man, is just like seriously detailed, you know. I mean, I think my work is decent, but they work would shut my shit down if we all put it up back next to each other, you know.
See, and that's the thing. Everybody has their own style. You
Right,
know, I can't, I can't sit there and tell somebody, oh well, you know, you're not good enough, or oh,
right,
your stuff is bad. No, because everybody, God has given everybody a different style in this type
right,
of area of entertainment. You know what I'm
right,
saying? You may entertain people a different way. I may entertain people a different way.
right,
But we all have the one goal is to be either be successful,
right,
take care of a family if you have kids or not,
right,
or a wife, you know what I'm saying?
right,
And do something that makes that, you know what I'm saying, do what we
right.
love. And
I
that's
think I think the worst thing, the reason why I'm so adamant about what I'm just saying, I think the worst thing is to tell a kid that who's trying to draw, you know what I'm saying, to
mhm.
correct him on something and tell him this ain't right and everything like that. Well, I guess it depends on how you deliver. But I'm saying when you tell him that, like I say, you have to have some sort of example of how it should look or something like that. But the reason I'm saying, if you just tell a kid, you know what, this is not right, this is something like that, it can break their spirit and stop them from drawing. Period. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's what I think is messed up when you criticize their work, and not, you ain't got to praise them, but then just say, well, you know what, this looks great, but let me show you how you can make it look even better, or something like that. It's very,
Mhm.
especially if it's kids, depends on how you're going to talk to them,
Yeah.
whether it enthusiates them or actually, you know, make them want to just not do it at all. So,
And it's crazy because I hear a lot of folks, and it was one guy on my show, right? And he told me he's he has a mental issue, and came on my show and he said, people were saying that his storytelling was retarded. And
right,
I said, because I said, dude, you're a great writer and you're a great
right,
storyteller. Don't
right,
listen to them people,
right,
because at the end of the day, they're just hating on you because they can't do what you do.
right, right,
And I hate when people judging a person or telling
right.
a person you can't do this, you can't do that. Who the fuck are you to tell a person they can't
Right,
do shit?
exactly. Right.
You know what I'm
Like I
saying?
tell people, man, everybody tell me, well, okay, did did you draw the book or did you write it and everything? Well, I did it all. I wrote it, drew it, everything, right? But I never consider myself a writer. I'm not a writer. I can just tell a decent story. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. But I mean, if I had to write like a novel or something, man, shit, that it'd be all kind of misspelled words and shit in there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, especially if I'm just writing it before I give it to the editor, that nigga, he gonna be like, nigga, you need to learn how to spell, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how it would be. But then I don't think I can think of enough words to actually just tell a written story. You know what I'm saying? I can tell a story because my story basically starts with just imagery. You know what I'm saying? What
hmm
kind of scene I want here. What the opening scene gonna be, what the second, third, fourth. So I'm telling the story basically like that. Even when
Exactly,
I'm
and
working it
that's
out,
what,
I'm doing these little squiggly, little stick man type things, and
and that's
panels and stuff, just to
right.
see, just to work the story out. Then I go back and start actually drawing the pictures that how I want it to look for those panels. Then I'm writing the story, after that of what they're going to be, what the dialogue is going to be. all along now, while I'm doing all this other work, I'm thinking about what they're going to be saying all while I'm doing the book, from the beginning, even when I'm painting it, I'm still thinking about what the dialogue is going to be. But the dialogue comes last with me. In other words, I don't write it out like a lot of the people in the profession do. They write it, but then they're sending it to an artist. So that's they'll write out what the scene is, what's going on inside the block, and then they'll just send that out, and whoever's drawing it, I guess, has to interpret what this guy is trying to say something should look like. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, and that's see, that's what it's all about, telling a story with your art. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Telling a story, because people can look at what you wrote, people can look at words,
right,
but can they read visually?
right, right,
A lot of people can't read visually, and that's what telling a story is. People look at the visual, the pictures,
right,
before they look at the story. You get what I'm
right,
saying? Not
right,
all, not everybody buys the book just to look at the story. It'll be boring by that time.
right.
But a lot of people look buy the book to look at the pages and look
Yeah,
at the
yeah, man.
visual
If a
art.
book has bad artwork, I'm not buying it. I don't care how great the story is. The art is what pulls me in. You know what I'm saying? So it
Right,
just
right,
does.
right.
That's why I wanted to detail my book. I wanted to get everything to look more realistic. More detail, because because in my opinion, the more detailed the artwork is, the more it pulls me into what the story. You know what I'm saying? Because now it feels real to me, because just by the way everything is painted so well. You know what I'm saying? Or just illustrated so well. It could be in color or just black and white, but when it's got like really serious detail work in it, man, that to me pulls the whole story in. That's why when you read my book, I don't have a lot of power bound Zowie type sound words and stuff. I wanted the work to be so detailed that you should be able to hear, like if somebody's shooting a machine gun. I wanted the work to be so detailed that you should be able to hear it without me having a sound word on there. Because of the detail of the blast from the gun or something like that. So that's
Right,
how
right.
that was my approach to it. But what's this company? Uh, uh, that Marvel have. It's a what's the name of the company, man? Uh, they have more serious stories. More. It's called Max. Yeah, those Max books that I guess is released through Marvel, right? So those books are for mature readers, man. They be vicious. They can tell whatever kind of story that they want on there. And I love them because the stories are more real. The stories, they use all kind of profanity in it. I got a Punisher book that Marvel did, man, that's just vicious. Just chopping hands off with buzz saws and all that kind of stuff. So you can really tell whatever kind of story you want if you can do it the way Max is doing it. So, but that's what I like about independent art. Independent comics. You can do whatever you want. So somebody, if you want to try to get in the store, they're going to take it or they don't. If they don't, go to the next one. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah,
Right, right. That's why, man. It's like, see, you want to make your story extra detailed, because if you don't make it extra detailed, you're not going to pull in the reader. You're
right,
not going to pull in the readers.
right,
Some people look at the art, some people don't. Some people
right,
look at what could be and what couldn't be. You know what I mean?
right,
And me as a reader, um, I've read some books digitally. You know what I'm saying? And I could
right,
see. I read visually, so I read what I can see. You know, on the panels and the pictures.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes some people have um, words in different fonts, and sometimes it'd be hard to read.
right,
You
right,
know what I mean? And
right,
sometimes it'd be hard to understand because it'd be so small sometimes, and
right,
you can't really read the words, but you
right,
can read the symbols and what's the visual, what's going on. And I love it. I actually what I'm gonna do I'm gonna start buying books, right? How much is your book?
Oh, it's well, it's selling it. I'm selling it through Indie Planet. The thing, let me just say something about that before.
Go
I
ahead.
like Indie Planet. Actually, Barry, the guy who's one of the owners, we're actually Facebook friends, right? But the thing with Indie Planet though is that God, I lost my train of thought. What is they set the price. I put it that way. So I wanted to sell my book for at least about $18, if not $20, in my opinion, because maybe I want to sell it for that because all that damn work I put into it, and it took 5 years for me to finish that book. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what I think I deserve. That at least that amount of money. But they set the price, so they set it at 15.99. So so anytime somebody buy the hard copy, right? then they uh, then they buy the hard copy. Uh, then I get like what is it, like $5 and some odd cents, right? So the only thing that's kind of good about that is that I don't have to warehouse it. I just have to try to help move furniture. I mean, furniture, help move people to the website, to the Any Planet website. That's why whenever I post anything, I always have that under there, that Any Planet website, so they can just click and take them to the website to get sales. So that's how I handle it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
Mm. So, how many sales have you made from Jonathan Fox?
not a whole lot. I mean, well, not a lot to me. Matter of fact, I don't even know really what the number is. You know what I'm saying? I know that
Mm.
I've made a little over maybe $400 through them. So that means somebody's buying it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
and my thing is this though, man. Back to that amount. Like I said, I get $5. Now they got the digital version, right? That you can download, and they set the price on that. But they set the price like at $5 and some odd cents. I forgot what it was. And so, I'm not really making any money off of that. My thing is this: I don't care if it's a printed book or a digital book. I don't understand that if it's the exact same story, the exact same artwork, why does the digital version have to be cheaper? That makes no sense to me. You're still getting the same damn book. You know what I'm saying? You're getting the same
Mm.
story. You're getting the same book. Why? Okay, if I'm selling my book, my graphic novel for $20, then why the fuck can't the digital version be $20 too? That's just easier for you to purchase it, not that it's going to be a different story or a different type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's just digital. So what makes digital cheaper? That makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? It's the same book. It's the same story. So
I
no,
see.
that
And
damn digital part should cost the same as the damn
right,
printed book.
right, and that's why I say, man, I'm pricing it. I'm pricing all of it at $10 or look, price it, price it however you want to price it because
Right,
that's why I would never go through other third parties because
right,
and this is what I was always taught, man. They're not going to value your product as much as you're going to value it.
exactly.
And like I said, I'm sorry, but I can't go through a third party and I don't set my own prices. I'm gonna set my own price and I'm gonna put it
Right,
the way I want because
right,
if a person is going to buy it at that price that you set, they're buying nothing but hard work and dedication.
right,
They don't know how much you put, how much
right,
time you put in that. So
right,
they're buying that time, they're buying those hours, they're buying all of that
right.
when they buy your product.
Exactly.
That's what makes you put that much that much that price on it because a lot of people don't understand, man. Like
Right,
and a lot of people what this is what I don't do. This is what I don't get. Okay, 28 I got 28 pages in my book, right?
right,
And A lot of people get mad, get ask me, well, why are you selling it at that price for only 28 pages? Because you're getting hard work and dedication, and
Right,
you're
right,
you're you're buying from me. You get what I'm
right,
saying? And you're getting hard work, dedication, and you're getting extra fucking time. You're buying
right,
the hours and all that shit. You're
right,
not just buying it because I decided to put it at $10.
right, exactly.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
they just looking at it like, okay, this is just 84 pages. But see, to me, the price comes in when, considering how much work has been put into the actual product that you have. The quality of, not only the quality of, let's say, just talk about books, the quality of the product, but the quality of the product is the actual work itself, the writing and the art. You know what I'm saying? So if it's
Right.
really, really, I just think it should be priced at, how great it looks. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So, let's say if you got mostly line work and you just got black colors or something like that in there, and you don't want to go in there and have that old painted detail look and stuff like that, then I just feel it should be different prices for whatever level the art is. You know what I'm saying? So if it's just pen and ink or something like that, then you can price it at that. If it's uh, pen and ink and flat color or something, you can price it at that. But if it's painted, then yeah, I feel like it deserves much more money. So because
Right.
yeah. I mean that's why clothes and everything else is high. They going by, the month amount of work they don't put in it, the fabric and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they selling it at the price that they feel for the work that they put in. So
Mhm.
and it's a quality piece. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Right.
it's not a quality piece. Be it comics, clothes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and that's why when it comes to putting a book together, they don't understand the fucking hours,
right,
the frustration, the blood, sweat, and tears that you put
right,
into this, and they don't understand the money that you put into this. You know what
right,
I'm saying?
exactly,
Like, come on, man. Like, that's why I don't understand. See, you don't know how hard it is for some people.
right,
That if you paying for the, if a person pay for your product, they don't know that you can use that money for a fucking bill. They don't know
right,
you may be evicted or
right,
something like that. They could be helping you get on your feet, man, and they could be a reason why you and a lot of buyers don't understand that, man, and
right.
that's why it baffles me that people don't understand, man, and that's why I learned
I'm
to.
talking about, man. No, if somebody do some work, man, and it's really detailed, it's really I think they deserve more money for the product myself. So
Yeah, and that's
uh,
that's
you know,
that's why when it comes to guys that come on the show and I hear their stories and I'm like, man, like you got some of the most fucked up people in this industry
right,
in this world, man, and I don't understand, man. I just don't. And that's why you know what I'm gonna do. I'm still talking about this, so what I'm gonna do is I'm having a launch party for Jarhead, right? For my
okay,
character Jarhead.
right.
But what I'm gonna do is have a convention at the same time as the launch party,
Oh,
and
okay.
I will allow people like yourself and other creators to come there to sell their shit. You know what I
Oh, okay.
mean? And that a way they could be making money as well as I'm making money.
Right. But I mean,
That
how would it? Okay, when you say selling it, how is it going to be set up? I mean,
like basically
you're
it's
just
gonna
posting your advertisements, or I mean, how does that work?
basically it's, the theme is gonna be about Jarhead, but the whole place is gonna be a convention as well at the
Right,
same time. You get what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So it's going to be open for all creators to come and
right.
sell their product.
Oh, okay.
Sell what they want, like their projects, like comic books, novels,
Right,
statues, all that stuff that they want to sell. It's going to be able to be sold. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Because like it's like this, helping. As long as you're giving people a hand up instead of a hand out, they'll appreciate you more, and you'll
right,
be able to feed them and help them as well as you know what I'm saying
Yeah.
help them as well, as because people return a favor, and that's
Right.
why I said, we somebody got to be somebody a brother's keeper. I got to be
Right.
somebody's brother keeper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wouldn't be right if I didn't help my brothers out, my brothers and
Right.
sisters out, man. I wouldn't
Right.
be right
Yeah.
if I didn't help anybody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's why
So
I said when somebody like if it's a brother or sister something asks me to do something, that's why I don't have a problem doing it for free. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean I'm okay. You know what I mean? I'm not desperate for money. So I don't mind.
right,
I don't mind doing something for them just to knock it out. So, but
right,
generally, man, what I hate doing is doing something for somebody and they don't use what you did. So you just did a lot of drawing for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
if you're gonna ask me to draw it, yeah, okay, now you own it. If you're gonna pay me for drawing it, that's fine. But the fact that you just decided not to even use it, it's more insulting to me than not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. And so that's why what I'm gonna do is everybody that has done work for me, that has worked with me, for Kickstarter, I'm gonna use all of their stuff, put all their stuff up there, and we're gonna work it out,
right.
and also, I should be having my store open on Friday soon. If
Oh,
not
okay.
Friday, soon. But I should be launching the Kickstarter in the middle of the summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
I
a
never
giant.
used a Kickstarter, man. I probably need it more than anybody. I don't even know how that how it works. I don't even know what you do, man. You know what I'm
It's a process.
saying?
It's you're gonna have to sit down and take your time and get it together because it's gonna take some time.
Right, right,
Um, but yeah, like I said, if you know anybody that want to come on the show and tell their story and talk about their product or whatever, let them know you was on the fucking best show out there. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Y'all hear what I said? The
right,
best show out there. You on the in your face
right,
show, baby. And that's how we do it. It's
right.
bangers every day, baby. And I love it. I love doing this for people because
Oh, you're right. I
it
heard
brings
that.
me out as well as others. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
and
And
it's giving what's great about it gives people like myself and even yourself, people that are out there that's actually that you may be interested in in their stories and their books and you know what I'm saying so that can help a lot of people.
right, you damn right. And you know what?
We
I
need
have
people like you to kind of spread the word, man. So
hey, I've been hey, let me know whenever you want to come back on the show
right.
and we'll do it again. And
Okay,
again and
cool.
again. It's all about putting those bangers out there and it's all about bringing that positive energy
Right.
out there. And it's all about making somebody's day and making them happy and making God happy because if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be doing the shit that we're doing right now. So
I
big ups
agree.
to God and big ups to what we do right now
Exactly.
today. So, with that being said, this is a segment, a part of the show where you get 60 seconds to advertise your product to the people that's watching, and you have a chance to, and whatever you want to say to the people that's coming into the industry that is young and just want to make a name for themselves. What type of advice would you give to them, the people that's coming into the industry? You have 60 seconds.
Okay. Well, first of all, I don't know what I would be showing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I could click on to actually show. I don't know how to upload it to
Don't
social
worry, don't worry. You don't have to show it.
media, right? But anyway, but if you're talking about somebody that's coming into it, I go back to what I was initially saying about how you shouldn't let anybody. I think the worst thing is allowing somebody to talk you out of doing it because when you tell a person that you are an artist, they're looking, and even I think even comics is even more is even worse. When you tell somebody that you're an artist and you want to make a living drawing, they automatically assume that you're going to be broke. You're not going to make any money and everything. So my first thing to tell anybody, especially anybody that's young, to not let anybody tell them that whatever they're doing, even like I said, when they're working on something, and they think that they've completed or something, don't let anybody come over there and tell you, well, this is just wrong, this is just messed up, this is all this, unless they have something with them that's similar to what you just did to show as an example. Other than that, they have no credibility. So that's how you got to look at that. Because it can easily, especially a kid, it can easily, break them down and make them not want to work it out. Make them, it's like to them, you tell a kid that, it's like, oh, well, Jimmy said that I'm going to starve if I try to be an artist. So I don't know, let me go out here and sling this rock. You know what I'm saying? So it can cause that kind of stuff. There ain't no sense in just doing that. And then you got family members that'll tell their kid, why you messing with that? You need to go get a real job and all that shit. I mean, that's a real job too. So you have to just don't let nobody talk you out of nothing. It's my whole thing. That's the main thing with me. When it comes to kids, somebody, they're trying to get started. That's the main thing to me. Don't let anybody discourage them by, trying to say negative about their work. So. And just work, and that's the only thing that makes you better is working. You got to work, So that's the only way you're going to get good. If you, whatever level you're on, you're only going to get better. I'm still learning myself, as and I've been working for over 50 years now in the industry.
Preach,
So,
preach, OG. You damn right.
So but no,
That's
get the money. You know what I'm saying? Treat
hell
and treat
yeah.
it like that. I mean, treat it just like treat it just like people treat Walmart. Go treat it like Goldman Sachs treat Goldman Sachs. It's about paper. You know what I'm saying? So people want to make you feel guilty because you want some money for what you're passionate about. I mean, I can't imagine how many times somebody say, well, you draw anyway, so why can't you just, do this for me? Because they're not looking at it like it's actually money that you can that you can make. They're just looking at it as a picture, and that's it, So, but no, you got to look at it as money, and time and all that kind of stuff, man, So that's what I would tell any young person coming on, with saying that, oh man, I'll put it this way. If you tell yourself, man, shoot, I just like to draw, man, I don't want no money, then trust me, you ain't gonna get no money. You know what I'm saying? Because you've already told
right.
your brain, I don't need this. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm telling my brain, I need that and some more shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I
That's
need that.
damn right, man.
I need that. I need a pistol out here. I need the car. I need you know what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah.
I need a jet plane and all shit so I can get away from these wild motherfuckers. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah,
So,
man.
tell them you need some shit. Don't be talking about, oh man, I need everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need the fucking whole damn house
Right,
if you
yeah,
can.
man. Shit.
Hell yeah, man. And
Spending
that's
gruesome shit for a nigga all this time and he paying you in pieces and shit. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff, man. No, nigga, give me half now. I'll go with that. Because at least I know if you don't pay the rest, at least I got some of the money. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
that's sad that you got to do business like that with some of these people out here, man. Okay, give me a down payment. And it's like, for me, it would always be half at least, so you can at least get half of your money, So.
Right. And that's why I learned to just, keep it G, you know what I'm saying, and
Right,
tell the truth.
right,
Because if you can't be transparent and vulnerable, listen, there's no need to fucking do shit that you're
right,
doing, because you need to be transparent and vulnerable, because that'll let
right,
people know that you fucking real, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
exactly, right,
And that'll let people know that you fucking down for your fucking dreams, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
exactly,
Because if you don't fucking respect your dreams and respect what you want to do, then
right,
they're not going to respect what you want to do and
exactly.
what your
Oh
dreams.
man, exactly, right, right.
And
If
that's
you're
what I
not taking
learned.
it serious, I mean, it's only fair. If you ain't taking it serious, why should I? You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. And that's why I say fuck them. Fuck whatever people got to say, because at the
right,
end of the day, at the end of the motherfucking day, you control your own destiny. And if
right,
you don't control it, somebody else will.
exactly,
And the
exactly,
wrong person will.
right.
And they'll
But
tear you down every chance they get.
right,
So you better control it and you better control it in the right direction, because if you don't, somebody else will, and they will get it, and they will
Right.
tear you down, and they will
Right.
sit on everything that you're trying to do.
Right.
With that being said, yo, thank you everybody for tuning in to the In Your Face show. Yo, it's been a blast with my main man, the OG John McClellan. Yo, this guy is a G, man, and he's been in the industry for years, man, and I looked up to you ever since I met you,
Oh, I
and
appreciate it.
I followed John Fox, the monsters of Egypt, and
Right.
I've actually been watching you, man, from afar, and I've learned a lot from you. Now I'm talking to you now, man.
Right.
Look, dog, like
I
I
appreciate
got
it.
a yes, I got a lot of knowledge from you, man, and you've been dropping gems. And if these motherfuckers in the industry have ears to hear, listen,
Right.
because if you got an OG that's willing to teach you, willing to come down off of his fucking pedestal and talk to you
Right.
and help you out, listen to this motherfucker, because at the end of the day, you don't get on the top alone.
Right.
Somebody's going to be up there with you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, I
Somebody's
don't
going to
know
be
if
calling
I'm
with you.
on a pedestal, because I'm gonna knock a nigga off a pedestal if they think that their ass
No,
is.
I'm talking about
You
as
know what
in,
I'm saying? Deserve, like, these are niggas that think they deserve an Oscar and they never made a movie and shit. You know
I'm,
what
t-
I'm saying?
I'm talking about you at the top. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
No,
talking
no,
about
I'm just
pedestal.
messing with you, man.
Yeah. I know. But nah, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people need somebody like you, man. They need somebody like you to teach them the ropes, teach them how to stand up for their fucking dreams, how to be the
Right,
best, how to be the greatest, and how to tell a motherfucker, fuck you. I'm
right,
gonna make
exactly,
it. I'm gonna overcome this motherfucking shit, and I'm
right,
gonna be the best. And somebody,
exactly,
we need niggas like you that's out there. We don't need nobody that's gonna tear us down, that's gonna bend us over backwards and treat us wrongly and tell us we can't do it. No, we could do anything through Christ, and we could do anything out there that nobody can tell us not. You feel what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Fuck
I mean,
all those
especially
niggas
when
that
it
got
comes to
something to
like
say.
comics and stuff like that. Especially if you're a guy that can draw and write yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just think
Mm-hmm.
about that. You can actually create a product just from hands. Just from drawing. So and make money at it. You can just when you can just do that. In other
Right,
words, you can make your own living. You can just draw shit and say this is worth whatever. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. You don't have to have anybody to really, you know, put anything together for you and all that type of stuff. I mean, when you market it, well, I mean, it's not even marketing. You can just draw something and take it around and try to sell it on the street if you want to. But the fact that you can actually create a product yourself without a manufacturer and all that type of stuff is what's great about it. What's great about your talent, whatever that is. It could be statues, it could be sculptures, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you can do it yourself, is it says a lot.
right. Sling that motherfucking comic and that art like you slinging
Right,
them rocks, baby. You know what I'm
right,
saying? You damn right.
right. I
But
mean, think
as
about it, man. This is another thing. Comics, there's $1 billion industry. I don't know why people keep saying you can't make any money in it. Why? How did they, if it wasn't, how the hell did it get to like billions of dollars and shit? You know what I'm saying? If you can't make any money at it, somebody making some money. Image making some money. Dark Horse is making some money. DC and Marvel is making some money. So what do you mean? You can't make no money in comics. I mean, you can. You just gotta hustle. It just takes more. So.
I mean, I would say, you know what I'm saying, because we just gotta get to it and do what we gotta do. But like I said, at the end of the day, hey, you on your own
Right,
at this point. But
right.
tune in, tune in, man. It's been an amazing show, and I want to thank y'all for tuning in and listening to the Swagnificent One with my special guest, John McClellan. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, my brother. I'm gonna talk to you after the show.
All right.
Yo, It's been well. This is the In Your Face show, and we out. Peace.